we can visualize the point we are in. We are on the pinpoint number 1. The pinpoint number 1 signifies the present. When the speaker states the clause to consider that the subject actualizes the definition of the verb as true. The pinpoint number 2 signifies the past, when the speaker expected the subject to actualize the definition of the verb. At this point, number 2, we made a choice to be the present. The assumption deals with the other option we didn't choose in the past. So, the clause that the modal verb is applied deals with the point number 3. The assumed point in time when the subject actualizes the definition of the verb. But I remark the point number 3 with the dotted line because this is not true. This is assumed. The definition of the phrase of the verb to include the modal verb deals with the point number 3, but the tense of the modal verb could, might, should, would deals with the gap between number 1 and 2. So we have to be aware that the point number 2 is considered as a premise. The intention of the clause deals with number 3 at the point number 1. So the contextual meaning of the clause deals with number 3. The tense of the modal verb would signifies the gap between the pinpoints number 1 and 2. Number 1 and 2. The tense signifies the gap between the 2 points in time. The speaker states the clause with the modal verb would at the present indicated by the pinpoint number 1. The speaker is always at the present. The speaker states the clause in the conversation with the listeners. The present assumes the subject to actualize the experience, condition, or action indicated by the phrase of the verb to include the modal verb would at the assumed point in time indicated by the pinpoint number 3. The pinpoint number 3 is the object of the assumption. So, the speaker at the present, represented as the pinpoint number 1, states the clause about the assumed point in time, represented as the pinpoint number 3. So, the speaker describes the assumed experience, condition, or action in this way. There is a clause. She would eat a bowl of salad. The speaker expected to actualize the action indicated by the transitive verb eat at a point in the past. However, the subject does not actualize the definition of the transitive verb eat at the present. The fact that the modal verb would is applied in a clause means that the action indicated by the transitive verb it is not true at the present. The action indicated by the transitive verb it is assumed. The speaker considers that the subject actualizes the definition of the transitive verb it as true at an assumed point in time, later than the past. When the speaker expected the subject to actualize the definition of the transitive verb it. The past tense, signified by the modal verb would, reveals the gap between the present and the past when the speaker expected the subject to actualize the definition of the verb. The actualization of the action indicated by the phrase of the transitive verb would it is not true, but is assumed to be true. So the speaker does not deal with the time when the subject actualizes the definition of the verb it. The assumed point in time is not dealt with to determine the tense.